Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yeah, here we go. It's Friday, bitches.
Yeah, Twerk contest.
Yeah. Saw you doing that a second ago there.
He went up good. I was surprised.
Yeah.
She's taught me. She has taught me the way you're the Yoda of the upside down twerk, and I think I'm kind of getting it.
It's a fun party trick, and it's not that difficult. Difficulty level 4, but impress your friends level 10.
Oh, yeah.
And I've done it hammered. I did it in a club in South Beach, and we were the only white girls in the whole entire club.
Yeah.
And they were loving it. It is.
Beat, Mama, give me a beat.
Look how impressive it is.
Yeah, bird's upside
She's killing
down.
it.
He's got, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's, whoa, how about that? You're turning into quite a dancing machine.
It's not that
something.
hard to do, but people are impressed by the upside down twerk.
Bird's got a new
I get
move.
it. Yeah, I get it. That's great. You just pull that out at parties.
We can teach you too, Kev.
Yeah.
You're actually the one that needs to be doing it. You got the best ass in the building.
Okay.
We put you in the middle. You're the Nicole Scherzinger.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
You got radio's best ass.
Wow. Okay. I like that trophy.
Just two cheeks.
Yeah.
Real defined crack.
Yeah.
Gold.
I'd like to receive that. That'd be nice.
Radio's best.
That's the only radio
ass.
award I win.
Guys and girls, I'm telling you, I think Ralston's got radio's best ass.
Okay. Let's go for that.
It's a pageant I want to be there for.
Yeah. Why not? Let's do it.
Oh, man.
Good stuff.
You're
Sorry.
winded from going upside down.
I am, and I don't know how much of my gross stomach was exposed.
Yeah, I know people like to see Virginia, but she's wearing a skirt today, so.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Well, do you accept the challenge Monday?
Absolutely. I'll come in here with leggings on and I'll school you.
Teacher versus student?
Yeah.
And I am going to shake this shit.
I know you are.
hard.
I know you are.
I might, you know what? I might actually get a replacement. I think Lana might have to come out for this
Oh,
shit.
boy.
Oh, all right. Wow.
She shows up high, drunk.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That'd be tough to go upside down for that then.
Well, I gotta wear.
She's going to vomit.
I gotta wear some good panties. I gotta wear some tight panties.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta stop saying panties.
Lana, is panties optional.
You're right, but
Yeah.
I can't show my parts to the people.
Lana wears panties only if they're crotchless.
Gosh, you're
Yeah.
right, and it's kind of weird, kind of turning me on.
I got some emails we'll get to here in just a second. A couple interesting things. Talking vulgarity. Apparently, Jonah Hill is now on top of the mountain. He's knocked Samuel L. Jackson down the hill as the actor who has uttered the most swear words in movies.
Really?
Yeah. Jonah Hill has used bad language 376 times in his movies, while Samuel L. Jackson has only used swear words 301 times in his films.
That's it?
I know. That's what I thought, too. He's in third place now, actually. And they say the top scene is Jonah Hill in Martin Scorsese's 2013 film, The Wolf of Wall Street, where he said the most profane movie in terms of language with over 700 curse words in that movie.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a great movie, though, man.
Yeah. I still got to track down and figure out if that guy living in my daughter's building is really the guy from the movie.
I don't think
I don't
he
think
is.
it is.
I think he's saying he is, but it doesn't sound like he is.
I want to find out what the story is with this cat.
So, if you want to find out the guy the story where your daughter, that guy, I don't know his story, but the Jordan guy, there's some updated documentaries you can watch on YouTube.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Somebody said the last I heard about him, he lost his money and he was being a motivational speaker now.
I'm not sure I want to listen to that guy.
Yeah, if you lose your money, what are you going to speak about? Hey, guys, here's how you lose your money.
Yeah. It's like listening to me about health tips.
I know, right?
I wrote a diet book.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, so I don't know. But I'm just kind of curious if that guy is in my daughter's building trying to pass himself off as that guy. That seems like...
You know how many guys do that in South Florida?
That's exactly it. That's what I wonder if it is. And that's probably a smart alias to try to do if you're around that age where a lot of people know of that movie, but who really knows the guy behind
exactly
the character for Leo DiCaprio and be like, yeah, you know.
It's easily Googled, but is somebody like your daughter going to Google it and question it, or is she just going to go, oh my gosh, that's the guy from Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't know how you would know.
It should be. Like, that was a big story. That was a huge movie.
But the kind of girl he's looking to attract is not going to Google and fact check it. They're just going to be impressed and think, oh my gosh, he's flashing around some money and buying us drinks, and he's the Wolf of Wall Street, y'all.
I honestly feel like, I'm not trying to pick a fight because I want this all to be about love today. I just feel like in today's day and age, with how everyone's set with Google and a celebrity, if somebody says that's the guy from Wolf of Wall Street, I think 98% of the people are going to Google who that guy is.
Nah, that's too high.
Okay, I'll give you 94.
It is just fascinating with my daughter there being, she's of the age where she just would have been graduating college. So her and her friend group are right around that 22-year-old age group.
And how long has she been living here in this building?
Oh, I'd say a good year.
She hasn't Googled him yet.
I don't know what to tell you, V.
My daughter's not the Google and type.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of girls that fit the whole stigma that are not the Google and type. They're just going to take the guy at his word and be like, oh my gosh, he bought us some pool floaties and a whole case of White Claw.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
And they all bought her friend group. All like, oh yeah, that's him. And they were pointing him out when we were over there a couple weeks ago.
Well, then
maybe a Googler in the bunch.
Well, then maybe it is him then. Then there's a chance that might be him.
Yeah.
If they're all saying, like, oh, it's definitely him, blah, 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 then they might have. I believe one person in your daughter's group Googled the guy. I really do.
Yeah, the girl that was telling me that, she's a pretty smart girl. Strikes me as that, at least. So, like, she wouldn't necessarily be easily duped by it, but I don't know. Either way, it's a really good. If you're out and you want to kind of like tell somebody and you got a story, that's the perfect kind of scenario to come up with. If you're just out telling lies.
And there are a lot of guys that do that.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to see, with a 22-year-old girl and, these, young college girls, the guys that kind of try to hang in their circle. I mean, there's one guy that was like early 40s that was like coming around. He has a boat and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, he's fun. He doesn't mean anything. He's innocent. And
he has the boat to get the girls. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But he buys everything, pays for all the drinks. So,
he better.
Yeah. So he's got young college girls that hang around him. And I was like, wow, it's so interesting / weird.
They're not going to Google him.
No, this is another guy.
I know. But I'm saying, like, if he was perpetrating, which he might be, it might be a rental boat. You don't know.
I don't think they care.
They don't care.
It's a boat. It's free drinks. It's like, let's get like Buckeye. So that's all they really care about. But it's just kind of fascinating in Boca what goes on in those little circles.
I agree. I don't think they're Googling them either.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend, and she should know better, she's in her 40s, but she was married forever, and she just got back in the game maybe in the past like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And she decided she would just jump right in. Match.com.
How long was she divorced for?
She was only divorced for like 6 months.
Okay, so she was
fresh. She was fresh fish, jumping back in a seedy pond. But she was kind of innocent, and she dated 2 guys back to back, and both of them were bankrupt with criminal records, lying, perpetrating, like pretending they had this whole business and empire and stuff. And meanwhile, both of them were lying on deep levels about who they were, their financial status. Like they would take her out to eat and put everything on credit cards that were like stolen from somebody else.
Wow, yeah.
Like that kind of like scary
Shell
stuff.
game, Ponzi schemes, whatever you do. There's so many of those people trying to act like they're somebody they're not in South Florida's. That if you've lived here a good amount of time like we have, Yeah, we've got several. Wow, what a scam that person was running.
I think a lot of people do that on social media too, where they act like they are just king shit.
Yeah, that's part of the game. They said that a lot of that has been exposed with the quarantining, where people, were able to go out and kind of be in these circles and try to put it up. Now that they're in their meager little apartment, it's harder for them to try to, it's really kind of ruined a lot of people's Instagram game, where they had this big image of who they were, and now they're not posting anything. Some accounts are pretty much, bankrupt the last 2 months because people aren't posting as much who were trying to put up that kind of game.
Do I know the friend you're talking about?
You don't. She's not a party girl. I haven't brought her around on that level. I knew her from a Little Smiles connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually a very sweet lady, and I felt really, really bad for her because it was devastating. If you've never seen that level of dishonesty, and then all of a sudden, back to back, you date two guys that are real con men and liars.
Yeah.
It shakes your faith in humanity. It had her questioning everything, including her divorce from her husband. It had her thinking she should have just stayed with him because she was better off.
Wow.
I felt bad.
Yeah.
That's how I felt bad about. I told you about my buddy who got catfish on Valentine's Day. He took that really hard because he felt really stupid. He says it out loud. He goes, "I know how it sounds. I got catfish on Valentine's Day. I feel dumb. I was real lonely, and I fell for it."
And it just sucks because if you haven't been burned like that, and you believe in people, and you just trust people. Mm-hmm. It is a hard lesson to learn that people can be liars and manipulators and really hurt you on a deep level.
Mm-hmm. And some people just do it for fun. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, my dad's friends used to tell girls that they imported tropical fish. One of them played the pilot and the other guys were sales. Girls loved that story.
But was it real?
No. It's a complete lie.
What?
They were just, they're living this fantasy and they're putting this, and sometimes it is a playground. South Florida is a playground.
It's a game to them.
Right, and you don't necessarily even care. You're like, well, that's a cool boat. These are great drinks. We're at a tiki bar. We're having a good time. I don't care if you're full of shit and I'm full of shit, and let's just have fun. And that sometimes is the attitude that people take here. It's like, this is vacation. It's all a fantasy. And so I think that's why it almost lends itself to that. And then, on the tip of the Wolf of Wall Street, New York and South Florida are very related and connected, especially Boca. New Yorkers that's their second home. And so there is, some possible reality. And Megan was asking, saying, who's this guy saying? He was saying the person that Leo DiCaprio played in The Wolf of Wall Street.
What's his name? Jordan
Belfort's his name, but I think that's what the girl was telling me. She said, yeah, the guy that Leo DiCaprio played is that guy, and pointed to him. I was like, really? Okay. And I don't know anything about the real deal. And somebody else in the chat room had said that at least they know one of Jordan Belfort's friends lives in Boca.
I really want you to watch that movie. I mean, you're talking about
which one?
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, I've seen it.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it, Virginia.
I haven't seen it.
You have to see that movie.
Yeah.
It's really a great movie.
I've heard it's awesome.
Yeah, it is a solid movie.
Well, is that the kind of movie you could watch again?
I might, because it's been a while since I've seen it.
It's got a lot of good line. It kind of reminds me of more of a white-collar Goodfellas.
Okay.
It's very, but there's a lot of great writing in the movie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a solid flick, no doubt about it.
I heard that there's a cocaine scene in it. I have a girlfriend.
Wait, what? Is it the one where he snorts the cocaine from her?
Yes.
Is it her butthole or the vagina?
So somebody I know saw in the movie that they put cocaine in the butthole.
Okay, butthole.
And I have a friend that actually did that because of the movie to see if it works.
I think that's to get pink nose. Or pink
wow.
eye.
And somebody snorted it from there, or they just put it up there?
Somebody put it up there.
That's what they said about...
Yeah, it'll work, because, if it touches the membrane, it's kind of the one thing, I always wondered when I was a kid, you watch the cop movies and they dig their finger into the cocaine, they rub it on their gums. I'm like, what does that tell? Yeah, well, you can get a little bit of a hit right away. It kind of goes into your bloodstream and you're like, okay, yeah, you can detect.
I was wondering on that. Let's say they did a drug test 3 days later and you have wouldn't you have cocaine in your system?
I always wondered that with the cops, because, did they drug test their own Like if you're the DEA or you've got somebody in Miami and you're working Vice Squad, do they drug test them or do they just give them a pass saying, yeah, you're going to come in contact with cocaine, so we're more worried about the productivity that you do?
And I'm sure you could test for levels, but how do you know there's not a guy who... I just put some on my gums. But
to test it and see if it was real.
But he took like 2 quick bumps just to get a little bit of a high.
You may not necessarily care because there may be situations where if they're undercover, where something might come up where guys are doing blow or somebody does a hit and you've got to look just like these other guys. If you're going, no, I can't, man. I'm really not into cocaine. Be like, you're in a cartel, dick. You know, where they may have to actually do some blow.
To stay legit.
Right, to make it look like, because you have to blend in. And if that's the case, everybody's passing it around. You'd be like, okay, yeah, you have to act like, yeah, let's do some blow.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know either. I find it hard to believe that the cops are cool with, you can have a little cocaine in your system.
You're allowed to have 2 bumps, but not 3.
Yeah,
like, where do you...
But I think if you're undercover and you're in that environment, I think anything goes. I don't think they really are going to nitpick about what you do. They're like, you got to get results and you got to stay alive. That's basically it. Because at any moment, if they found out that you were cartel, they're going to just shoot you. You're going to be dead. So if you're his boss, be like, Johnson, you shouldn't have done that cocaine. They'd be like, going, dude, you're alive and we got the arrest. Good for you.
Here's where the problem would lie. Mm-hmm. You're working on some kind of a case for, let's say, a month and a half long. Yeah. And during that month and a half, you could be taking these little bumps on your own and they would never know. They would have to care about that.
Well, it might be results. It might be result-based. And there may be guys who are working in cartels or things like that, or DEA and Vice, that may wind up getting hooked on cocaine, the stuff that they're trying to shut down. Possibly. I don't know. It'd be fascinating to see.
I'd like to know the real answer.
Yeah. I don't know. Kristen said that cocaine's out of your system after 3 days. So I guess even if you did a drug test, I don't know if that means hair or.
But if you're a heavy user, it's probably going to take a little bit longer than 3. It's probably be 3 to 6 days, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
If you're a heavy chronic user.
And maybe they can tell, it's just so little amount that it's not what a real user would have.
I've heard they can tell with pot.
I think that's like 30 days, isn't it?
It's, for some people, it's like 45.
Damn, Denny's. I'm sorry.
Somebody texted in and said for the cops, when they put that on their gums, it'll just numb them a little bit, but it's not enough that they would fail a drug test.
Okay.
Interesting. Does that little gum thingy get you at all high, or is that like taking a lick of vodka?
I think it's just enough that it's like, yeah, you could. You're not gonna be woohoo, all right. Yeah, I think you're just like, okay, you can kind of tell that, all right, that the way that my gum is reacting, and the way that I feel it's tingling, be like, yeah, that's legit cocaine. That's not baking soda or something else.
Yeah, a lot of people in chat room know about cocaine.
Yeah, welcome to South Florida, right?
a lot of cocaine educators in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think everybody thinks they know too. I mean, if we watch a few specials, we're like, yeah, we know what's up.
All my law stuff I got from A Few Good Men and Cobra with Sylvester Stallone. That's where I get all my law facts.
Mm-hmm. Something else you might want to check out tonight, too, on ABC for 2020. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that special they do. Tonight, they're doing one called Down Payment on Death. Going to be airing at 9 o'clock. It's the Dalia DiPolito story.
Oh.
I love 2020. 2020 is like a Dateline with some of the content.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're featuring her tonight at 9 o'clock on ABC.
I think Aaron Berg, who used to be my neighbor, was putting something on Instagram that he's going to be in it tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably. So I know that's a name drop, but I don't know who Aaron Berg is.
Dave Aaron Berg.
Again, keep going.
He's like the attorney general or something.
I got nothing. All
State's
right.
attorney.
Mm-hmm. Let's move along.
It's fancy.
It sounds.
He's political and fancy, and I'm sure this means I'm a Republican because I like him. I don't know.
Is he Republican?
I don't know. Is he?
I don't know. I never even heard of him. Objection. I don't know.
He's very important, and I think he's like on that task force that's trying to shut down the opioids and shut down the drug stuff.
Yeah, I think so. As my wife had mentioned trying to get him to her facility when she was working at Daphne.
Yeah, I asked him about that because I sent him an email, and he said he was very proud of the work your wife was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she really got into it.
Everyone knows this fucker but me.
He's kind of famous. He was at Stars Ball, too.
Oh,
yeah.
I probably shouldn't call him a fucker. I meant that like in a loving way, of course. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, fucker?
Hope he knows. we meant it loving.
I do. A lot of times, it's like if I was talking about Kevin, I love that motherfucker. That's not a bad. Like I'm not trying to.
That's a great thing. Yeah. I'm all about that. Let me see other stuff that's going on here. A couple of other interesting things with the coronavirus. Talking a little bit about hopefully a vaccine is going to be coming soon. People are going to be the guinea pigs for it, and that might shave a couple of months off of it. They have also said a couple things. Maybe mouthwash might help prevent coronavirus. They say it could damage the membranes that protect the virus itself. So start using mouthwash maybe.
Okay.
I thought it was llama blood.
Hard to come by.
The llama blood was legit. They found like antibodies in llama blood might possibly.
But how do they even get to that point where they go, all right, we tried elephants, did not work.
That just goes to show you how much different crap they're trying to eradicate this thing.
And the llamas are like, really?
Yeah.
But why do we have to be involved?
I didn't volunteer for this.
I did not sign up.
When they do something like that, do they try it on animals? Are they trying shit on plants? Are they trying it on just every possible thing they can try it on just to see if they can get any kind of...
Probably what it is, it has to do with sequencing. And I imagine that they're saying, okay, these are weaknesses, and they already have logged, and they know that there are certain things that exist in nature and different animals and whatnot that might be troubling. If they realize that coronavirus has a weakness in its sequence here, and they know that llama blood is actually the kind of thing that could penetrate that, then that's probably how they make the connection without having to test everything. I imagine if that's your game, you know all these kind of things about disease and everything else that so well. You're so well versed in it.
I just remember being a little kid and I heard that you could lick a certain kind of frog and get high from it.
Yeah.
And that made my mind wonder so much. How many other things did they lick before they licked that frog? And how many people died licking shit just to see if it gets you? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. How did it get to that point?
You don't want to be the first guy to lick stuff.
No, but it's like even like the first people to fly a plane, they had to have been dying left and right?
The first person that I think the Wright brothers were okay.
But people that were trying, they didn't just invent a plane and all of a sudden it flew. They had to have people were trying bullshit that didn't work for a while.
Yeah, they put it together. They'll do it unmanned for a while. Then they'll strap a monkey in there and they'll see how he does. And
the monkey gets fucked up. Like,
the monkey's like, really? Me and the llamas?
All right, the monkey died. All right, let's keep
no
going.
choice in this?
That's kind of how they do it.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
There's some things in science and engineering that they do that way. Other things like, finding out that you can lick a toad, that's a redneck kind of thing. They probably saw their dog lick a toad and he started stumbling around there going, I wonder what happens if I lick it.
Yeah.
Watch this.
I want to stumble.
Yeah, that was definitely a redneck discovery.
That's
how that happened. Yeah, that's kind of stuff that we do. When it comes to masks, they say that men are less likely to wear them than women because men in their survey said it's not cool or a sign of weakness. Which,
whatever.
Yeah.
I love wearing it. I feel like I'm like in character. Like I have a whole backstory.
Yeah.
It covers wrinkles.
Yeah, it does. It makes you look better.
Well, they're starting, now that it's kind of almost become a part of our wardrobe. I've even seen that they're now designing bikinis. They call them the trikini. It's a bikini with a matching face mask. So they're working, yeah.
My daughter would so rock that.
Yeah, tell her to look up trikinis. They're coming out with them.
I think starting Monday here in the building, we all have to wear a mask if we leave the studio. I think that's mandated
That
now.
is true, Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You got a mask over there. One of our lovely listeners sent us all custom-made masks. Maria made these for us.
Fantastic.
And she sent us a beautiful note, and she's just awesome.
I love it. Look at this. I got Yoda.
These are 3 layers with the Pelon interface inside for extra protection. You can hand wash them or put them in the washing machine, gentle cycle, but do not dry them. Just hang them up to dry.
Amazing. Yeah, I got an AC/DC one. Thank you very much.
The tip goes over the nose. You're wearing it right. Good job.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I like that tone.
Yeah, like you can't even put on a mask.
Yeah, I know. I know. You know, dumb fuck Pennington.
Oh, it's coming down over your nose.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of a city bus in New Orleans, and the bus driver was taking the picture, and he's wearing his face mask like he's supposed to. But he's like, in New Orleans, you got to be specific when you tell people to wear a mask. And he's holding up the camera and taking a selfie, but you can see the guy sitting in the first row. He's wearing a Mardi Gras mask over his eyes.
No nose or mouth at all.
A nose wide open, mouth wide out there. The guy's wearing a Mardi Gras mask.
That's fantastic.
You got to be specific and tell him what kind of mask.
They say there's also a problem going on now where some people wearing face masks are getting acne from it.
I can see that happening.
Totally.
Dermatologists are saying you can prevent it, though, by regularly washing your mask and washing your face before and after you wear one. But they've already given it a term. Do you know what the term is?
Maskne?
Yep.
It's hard to say.
Maskne.
Can you say it 5 times in a row?
Maskne.
Yeah.
No. I don't, did he try?
It's tricky.
Mm-hmm. And they say in Los Angeles now it's become mandatory to wear a mask whenever a person even goes outside. So wherever you are in LA, you have to have a mask on.
Even walking your dog, taking out the trash.
Yep, everything.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
You think we'll get to that point?
No. We're not wired the same way California is here.
Nah, you're right.
No.
And thank God.
Yeah, no, it's not going to get there for us. I did get an email with some of those little Easter eggs that people have in Jeeps. That's what I was talking about. Give you an idea. If you're watching KVJ TV, you can see the gecko.
Nessie.
That is right there. Yeah, they got a Nessie one on that they sent in. Thank you to Bridget for this. That's the one where the Jeep looks like it's driving up the hill. You can see that. These are the kind of things that they put in Jeeps, those little Easter eggs where you get...
Is your Jeep here?
Yeah, it is. It's outside.
I kind of want to give it a little...
Have we found your egg?
No.
I haven't taken time to look yet.
First one to find it wins something cool.
Oh my gosh, I want to play this game so hard.
First one to find it wins the love and affection of Kevin.
Ooh, wow, what a gift that is.
He'll play with his heart out.
Oh my gosh. You'll see blood, sweat, and tears.
He'll push an old lady out of the way to get to your car.
I'm just walking by.
And all the people that say I want to blow Kevin, that's not true.
You want to fuck him, not blow him.
Get it straight.
It's more complete.
It's more of a connection there.
Mish, because you want to look him in the eye.
Yes.
Blowing, you're just looking down. I mean,
No, you can look up.
you missed that.
All right, now I'm like getting...
Explain to me how to blow somebody.
Yeah.
Mansplain blowing.
No, but you can look at eye contact with blowing.
If you're doing it right, you're focused on the...
I don't know, some people like eye contact. All right, we got to stop. We got to stop this.
Thankfully, on this podcast, I don't need the dump button. But, Jacqueline said, thank you so much for filling us in on how the dump button works. As a follow-up, have you ever missed an unauthorized word and been fined? If so, are you able to share what was said and how much you were fined? Also, who actually pays? Does it come out of your own pockets? This is so interesting. Yeah, I think we've, occasionally, it's not very often, there's been a time or two where an actual curse word went over. It's a process where it takes somebody recording it, reporting to the FCC, they rule on it,
It becomes like a case.
Yeah, never been fined, and I don't like it because to me it should be intentional. And I think now they're getting to the point where they talk about fleeting expletives, somebody that's on the air and something happens. One time we had our dump button, somebody turned it off for whatever reason.
That's true. They did turn it off.
I didn't know. I had no idea because there's so many lights over here. I didn't notice because it's all the way down and behind me, and I didn't see it. And I hit it. I'm like, the dump button's not even on. It went over. And if I would have gotten reported and fined on that $350,000 fine, I'd have been like, I'm not paying it. If they don't let me back on the air, then hello, I'm going to be a garbage man, because that would have just been it.
Well, it was through no fault of yours. It was the equipment that wasn't prepared. And so I don't think that should fall on you.
And I don't know where that would have gone, but I told you guys, I'm like, if I get a fine, you will know that I am putting him, I'm not coming back. Like, there's no way. So I don't know. I haven't heard any stories of anybody in the industry getting that kind of fine. It typically is. It's people working for it. I mean, they're doing
blatant
stuff
on purpose.
Yeah, they're just really like, you can't do that. So I think that they do have it there, so they could if they would. But yeah, I'll tell you right away, if I ever got a fine like that, I'm just career's over.
Well, I don't think you would purposely do it.
No.
There becomes like a trial. It becomes like
Yeah,
a case.
it does.
And you have a legal defense, and you have to plead how you didn't mean to do it. And if you can show them that the machine wasn't turned on and that's not your fault because you're not the engineer, I don't feel like they would have ever fined you.
Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't worry about it. But yes, I would go direct to podcast the next day.
And I think we would do good in front of a judge. I think we'd plead our case. I think we'd crush it.
I totally think you're right. We could totally defend this position. We were not trying to titillate or cross lines or do it on purpose.
Well, if you have somebody on the air that just gets on there and just starts F-bombing left and right, and the equipment is not on like you're saying, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. That's just my thought. But we'll see.
Well, what do we got? We've been sued like 5 times.
Yeah. So
Not for that.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it works. But yeah, like I said, if in doubt, I dump it out, and if there's a call or something like that we missed, then I think as long as you're not trying to be a dick, they say they're okay. And there are some radio guys that are just like, come on, man.
Well, if we started a game called Fuckface Trivia, and that we did that deliberately.
Yeah,
right.
Come on, man. Nikki thought this was amusing. Down in Lauderdale, she took this photo of what they're doing to lure some people in. I thought you might like this. Think it's funny. It's the new apartment building directly next to the wharf in Fort Lauderdale. Definitely catering to a specific demographic. It says, last call, stumble home, now leasing. And that'll definitely work.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the building they've been putting up for a while, and that would definitely play to that crowd. My cousin, he's like 22, 23. He lives downtown Lauderdale, and he loves it for that reason, because he can go and hit all the bars, and then he can just walk home, and it's great. Yeah, if I were young 20s, early 20s, yeah, Lauderdale, that area would be an awesome place to live. So, got some cool stuff.
Is that the cousin from Ohio as well?
No.
Okay.
No.
You got a lot of family down here.
Well, I've got first cousin in Jacksonville. I got a first cousin in Parkland.
You have more relatives in Florida than I do, and I grew up here.
Yeah, my family, for the most part, we're the only ones. We're the only Yankees. So, and it's kind of weird because my whole family's Southerners. Yeah, they're mainly, I got, Clemson and Georgia and that kind of area. So they're all from the South for the most part. And I don't know why we took off north, but yeah, when we come around, they're like, you can kind of tell. They're like,
they call you Ohio.
They don't call me Ohio, but, there's like, you better watch out. We got some Yankees here. Southerners are kind of weird about Yankees.
We can't trust them.
Yeah.
And for some reason,
carpetbaggers are still like, I'm going, it's not 1865.
I know. It's like, let it go.
I'm not here to like buy your farm for cheap.
Yeah. It's like, we don't have to fight. You know that,
yes.
right?
There's still some kind of like underlying attitude. People want to know how my bite is doing. The one on the finger, see, it's down. It's fine. It's all good.
So good.
Yeah, it's good.
Turn it more.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It was day one.
Oh yeah, it looks way better.
Yeah, and then somebody's like, does he have bites on his arm? Yeah, I do. I don't know what it is. I get attacked by, I think that's just mosquitoes, but I don't like. Bites come after me. It's the weirdest thing. They do not bite my wife at all. Anything. Everything's scared of her. And even insects are terrified of my wife. And so they just go after me. I was outside maybe 5 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. Just like, it's crazy. It's like, they're like, hey, he's out. And then I can't go anywhere. It's
Were
crazy.
you out at like twilight when the sun was starting to set?
It's about maybe 6 p.m.
Yeah, I noticed there's like a window, and if I go outside, because I'm so white, the bugs are just attracted to me right around 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
When the sun is setting, they just
I never have an issue. And that's when I'm out, too.
Yeah, some people don't. It's weird. I guess it's got to be blood type and maybe how much,
Yeah. I figured bugs would love me only because I feel like I would be a little tastier because I have more salty foods.
I think me and Kevin just shine brighter because we're so white.
Do you think that's what it is?
I don't know.
I think it has to do with the blood. Yeah.
My sister is white, and she gets attacked before me. Like she's
Yeah,
always the
maybe
first.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Nobody doubts that your sister's sweeter.
Well, the thing that sucks is when you're this white, any like little red blotchy thing really stands out. So
It does.
Yeah, so
I
that's
noticed
why-
that about 9 times today. I meant to ask you about it.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I didn't know at first. I'm like, what the heck is that? But it's like, now it's starting to show itself as 2 separate little bites. So, yeah,
We can put concealer on it.
I've just been getting gobbled up. I need to go get some sun on me. I actually was out last week trying to get a little bit of sun, but I got to start slow because I'm at winter body right now that is just like translucent white. So I got to start getting a little color in it.
Yeah, I lost my tan too. I have a farmer's tan again. I was so tan about 8 months ago. Got to get back. If you want to come over, sunbathe.
Yeah.
2 girls. 1 White Claw.
Yep, that's it. So we got to get to it. Well, we're going to be back 5 o'clock today. I hear the rain out there, so maybe I will be indoors. Checking y'all out. Grab your White Claws, whatever it is that you want to drink. And we'll have a little bit of fun today at 5 o'clock.
Damn, it's over already.
Yeah, I know.
What
Week's
great
done,
fun.
baby. Yeah. Good stuff, man. So we'll see you guys again on Facebook, 5 o'clock today. Y'all have a good weekend. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.